Are you thinking about moving to Missoula, Montana or the surrounding areas, but you're worried about being bored or if you're missing out on anything if you come from a major city? Well, this is part 2 of things to do in Missoula and the surrounding areas. So let's get after it right now. My name is Diana Filkins. I am a realtor here in Missoula, Montana and the surrounding areas. And right now I am in Stevensville and we are driving to the north end of Missoula for a final walkthrough. So you're coming with me. Now, if you haven't seen my video, it's called Are You Bored? It's basically a part 1 of things to do in Missoula and the surrounding areas, because I get that question a lot, like, what are some things to do? Especially if you come from a major city, then you might feel like you are missing out, and I get it. I came from a major city. I moved from Washington, D.C., and we had everything. And I can genuinely say that I am not missing out on a single thing. So regardless of your demographic, regardless of your age, regardless of anything, there are things to do. You do have to put yourself out there. So because of all the things that I forgot in the first video, I have my trusty list that I'm going to look at every once in a while to remind myself all the things there is to do. And I have about 20 things on this list, and I'm sure I'm still going to forget things because I have not experienced everything for whatever reason. I mean, businesses are popping up left and right, so I have not experienced everything, but here are about 20-ish more things to do. Now, I'm kind of surprised I forgot about this first one in my last video. This is Stevensville. I'm about to turn right onto Highway 93 and go north towards Missoula. Aren't the mountains so beautiful in that fog? And it snowed a little bit last night. I would say like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. Not a lot. Clearly it's gone. But it's just so beautiful. Anyways, so I'm surprised that I forgot this first one. It's the trampoline park. It's in Missoula and it is such a blast. Now, you can go for 1 or 2 hours, and I have selected to buy a pass for my kiddos. And I got it during Black Friday, so it's a little bit cheaper, which, pro tip, buy it during Black Friday. But they have 2 different options for passes. So you can do a Monday through Thursday pass. Is a little bit cheaper than the 7 days a week pass. That's because it just gets busier on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which makes sense. And then they give you like socks, like the jumping, like the grippy socks too. And they have like really cool events. So they have like a Halloween event coming up. They have like teen events, which is really fun. Then they have like, it's kind of like disco. They have like themed nights later in the evening. So if you're like an older teen, or if you're just an adult that likes to jump, go for it. They have like evening times. I want to say it's like 2 hours. They turn the lights down. They put some like neon lights, or some like the disco balls or whatever. And they play some fun music. So they have like themed events. They also have sensory. They have a specific time for kiddos or people that have sensory issues, which is really nice. They have toddler time as well. So lots of pretty cool events. You can do a birthday party there. Now we have been to a birthday party there on a Saturday. Holy moly. There were so many people here. So I don't like to go on the weekends because it's so incredibly busy and it's just like a germ fest. So I don't want my kids to get sick. But of course trampoline park. It's called Get Air. And it's a really cool addition here to the Missoula area. Now they did have, it's called the Flying Squirrel was this, it was like a trampoline park before COVID, and they closed down during COVID, and then they never reopened. So Get Air is just a new company, but basically same thing. They just changed the colors, new company. Okay, next is a Smash Room. I don't think that's like the technical name for it, but I'll insert the exact name of what I'm referring to. So basically, you reserve a time, and you can go by yourself or with friends or whatever. A lot of people do like bachelorette parties or bachelor parties or like anniversary date night. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Anywho. So you basically make a reservation, and you can go there with whoever you want or by yourself, and you pay for a certain like time, and so and you also pay for certain items. So I paid for like a small item, a medium item, and a large item, and basically they give you tools to smash it. So they gave us like bottles. I think we had like 20 bottles or something, and you just break it. And they give you like these jumpsuits and these like goggles to protect yourself, and some gloves definitely to protect yourself so you don't cut yourself. And then there was like this laptop, and so I went with my friend who's a teacher, and I was like, get all your frustration out. She's like, the Chromebooks in my classroom never work. I'm gonna take my anger out on basically an old laptop. And it was fun. There was like a bat, a sledgehammer, there was a golf club, and we just broke shit. And it was super fun. They blast the music, and you can like throw bottles up against the wall and see them smash. And then I like to like smash them into like little itty bitty pieces. It brought me a lot of joy. And I think I only paid for 30 minutes, which I was like, that'll give us plenty of time to like break a couple things. We were there for about an hour and a half, because the lady was like, yeah, just take your time. There's no reservation after you, so take your time, and if you want a couple extra things, just let me know. And it was super fun, super fun. And then you just have to be careful when you leave, just to make sure that you got all the glass out of your shoes. And I did have a little piece of glass in my sneakers, but they have like little tweezers to help you take it out, and it was just a really good time. So there's that. Next we have, it's called the Empower Place. So it's right next to the Missoula Food Bank, and it's basically like a little spot where it's just like an indoor play area for children. And because it's right next to the food bank, they give snacks and lunches for free, and you can go there and do crafts. They have like play area, books to read. They have this it's like a ball thing where you put a ball in and it goes through like a bunch of tubes, and then it like falls out. It's pretty fun for the kids. So there's that, and it's right across the street from the bowling alley, West Side Lanes, which is pretty fun as well. Next, how could I forget the carousel? So down by Cars Park, C-A-R-A-S, Cars Park, there's a carousel, and it's open year-round, and you pay with tokens. Now, I want to say, if you are under 12, it's 1 token, and if you're older than 12, it's 2 tokens. And I do have a little pickle about the carousel, because like if you have small kids, like especially people with like babies or like toddlers who really can't go by themselves, they make the adult go with you. Okay, fine. That's not the problem. The problem is they make you sit on the horse too. I don't know about you, but my ass does not fit on the horse with my child there too. And you're like not allowed to stand and like hold your child. employee will come and undo it. It's annoying. I think me as a mother, I will safely strap in my child compared to a teenager, but whatever. We don't go there that often, but it is something to do, and it's open year round, and you can have birthday parties there. You can reserve a little room for an hourly rate, or you can close down the entire place and reserve the whole place for a birthday party if you want. So, the carousel. Then we have goat yoga. So there's a place here in Florence, which Florence was back there at that big light. There's a lavender farm pretty close in Florence, and they have lavender yoga, and then they have goat yoga, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. You do yoga and goats climb all over you. That's that. Then there's a brewery up here at Lolo Peak that they have yoga sometimes too. Actually, Backyard Tap House also has yoga, and then you get like a free beer afterwards. So that's fun. Next item on, oh yeah, there is a skating park. So it's like a little skating place where you can take your skateboard or your skates, that have roller skates, and skate and do tricks. And they have like I don't know what they're called, a bunch of skater kids do it. It's right by Currents, which is the indoor pool in Missoula. So it's right there, totally free, and that's something that you can do if that floats your boat. Next, plenty of places to go horseback riding. So I have picked a lady to do some horseback riding because she has an indoor arena as well, so we can do horseback riding lessons inside in the winter time, which is really nice. But plenty of spaces or places to do horseback riding lessons. If that's what you're into, or you can just volunteer to take care of the horses. They have like therapeutic ranches as well, so lots of options there. Next, paint pottery. So there are a couple different places. There's one in Stevensville where you can just like go there and like basically just craft. There's a paint night coming up here at Lolo Peak where they do like a sign, like a football and fall y'all sign to hang up the front door, where you just like come and paint, like a paint and sip class. They have that. There are a couple of different places in Missoula as well. There's one right by Albertsons, which is a supermarket right on Reserve. Blanking on the name, but it's like a paint your own pottery place, and then they fire it, and then you come back like a week later and pick up your creation. There's also another one on the north end of town. It's right by the 3 X's. Basically just like a craft space. You can go there and make whatever you want. And they have parties there too. So I did a client event there 2 years ago, and we painted tea towels. It's pretty fun. I'm not super crafty, so I'm not gonna say like, oh my god, I love it. But if you are super crafty, there's that. Then there are book clubs, or what's that game? A bunch of old ladies play it, but anybody could play a bunco. Or like game night. So there are groups of people that live close to each other, and they'll all do a book club, or they'll all do bunco night, or they'll all do like any game, insert any game. So yeah, there's that. That's not what I'm interested in, but maybe that's what you're interested in, and that's okay. And I love that for you. So then there's Scheels at the mall, and I have talked about the mall in some of my other videos. I don't like the mall here in Missoula. And I think it's because back in the DC area, we had this one mall. It's in Virginia, but it's called Tyson's Corner. And if you have ever been to this mall, it is beautiful, gorgeous. It has every store you could ever imagine. That is a mall. This mall we have here in Missoula, it's ridiculous. And on top of that, the stores don't last long. Probably because malls are dying with all the online shopping that's happening. So stores don't last very long. So I don't go to the mall very often. But what I do like is Scheels. And I love Scheels. It's like a Bass Pro Shop. Like we also have Cabela's here. But at Scheels in particular, they do have an indoor playground, which is really nice. Now it is a small space. So I would, if I were going to go there, I would go during the week. Definitely on the weekends it can get really busy, and then that's when like teenagers go too, and you know, they go and crawl into spaces that, you know, where adults can't see them, and you know what teenagers do. So if you have little kids that want to go there, definitely like during the week or morning times would be best. So it's like an indoor playground, and it's totally free. And then we like to walk around Scheels and just look at the taxidermy. That's fun. So there's Scheels, an indoor option. There's also another indoor playground at the McDonald's. It's on Brooks, so just another indoor activity for the youngins. Okay, then you can, we have a few museums here. They're small, but I'm also comparing it to Washington, D.C., where we have all the museums there. So I think that I'm bringing a little bit of bias when it comes to the mall and then the museum. There's like a history museum. It's really small, but it's sweet. The people there are really nice, the employees that work there, and it's enough. It's enough for a small-ish town to have a little museum, and the taxidermy is actually pretty cool. Then here in Stevensville, so back down south, there's it's called Metcalf, something like that. It's like a rescue center, and they have a little shop there where you can buy stuff, and they have really cool taxidermy there, and it's just a beautiful open space right on the water overlooking the mountains, and they have like bird watching. So bring your binoculars, and you can look at the birds, and they are beautiful. Not normally my cup of tea, but I went on a field trip there with my kids' class, and it was so fun, and it was gorgeous. And they have like a little picnic area if you want to bring some snacks and just kind of hang out there. So totally free as well. Then on the polar opposite side of town, so up towards the Rattlesnake neighborhood, keep going in the north end, northeast side of Missoula, there's Pease Farm, P-E-A-S, Pease Farm, and it's a pretty cool spot. So it's a giant farm, and a lot of field trips happen there with the kids' school, but you can go there, and there are students there from the university, like agricultural students, and they learn how to maintain a farm, and they pick the fruits and vegetables that they have there, and all the food goes to various locations throughout Missoula, but one of them is the homeless shelter, the food bank, and it's the POV Center. Pavlos, I believe, is the name of the homeless shelter that we have here in Missoula. It's like downtown Missoula, you can't miss it. Right on the Clark Fork River. This is the beginning of Missoula here. We were just in Lolo, now we're in Missoula. So they donate all their food there, which is great. Up here on the left-hand side, it's called the Peak. It is a nice gym. And they have a pool, an indoor pool, I believe. I've actually never been there, but I've heard very wonderful things about it. They have, I want to say, like a sauna membership, like fitness classes, just stuff like that. So like a really nice gym. But then we have some other cheaper gyms. There's a Planet Fitness, and I know they're a low-cost gym, but they're also don't have all the frills of like the Peak. And then there's this other gym on Brooks. It's called, I can't remember. It's right next to a juicing place where you can, like a juice bar. You can get like smoothies and juices and stuff. It's pretty cool. And it's right next to Joanne Fabrics. So there's that. All right, what else is there to do around here? Oh, you can go for a hike. How could I forget? So if you come to Missoula and you don't hike up to the M, what are you even doing? I personally have never done it though. So, and I have an excuse because one, I don't like hiking, but two, it's not stroller friendly, and so I wasn't going to like shove my kids and make them walk, because then I know I'm gonna have to carry them. I did do that once when we went up to Flathead Lake. There's we rented a little pontoon boat, and we went to, I think it's called Black Horse Island. It was like a 20 to 30 minute like little pontoon boat ride to this island, and we did hike, but you couldn't bring your stroller on the pontoon. I ended up, me and my husband took turns carrying the kids. Oh my God, I was so sore the next day. But if you don't have children or they're old enough to walk on their own, then go hike the M. Go and do it. It's like straight zigzag. It's not paved, but I believe there's gravel. And you start down by the University of Montana, and there's like a entrance location, I want to say right by the library, right at the university. So there's that. All right, let's change demographics a little bit. And if you're old enough to gamble, we've got casinos up to the wazoo. Like there's one right up there on the right-hand side. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Lucky Diamond Casino, and it's right attached to a liquor store. So there's that. On the right-hand, on the left-hand side, there's Montana Lil's Casino. Haven't been to either one, but a casino's a casino. Yeah, we have a ton of casinos here. Lots. So you're not going to be bored in that respect. All right, let me check my list while we're here. Oh, you can go dirt biking. There's like it's up in the Rattlesnake neighborhood. It's really cool, actually. Not my cup of tea, but I was watching some people do it, and they kind of like that skate park that I was talking about, but this one is like dirt, and they have like mounds and ramps and stuff, and you take your dirt bike and you ride around and do all your tricks, and it's pretty cool. It's up at the Rattlesnake neighborhood. So if you're into dirt bikes, that's that, or you just go off-roading. There's lots of options for that. And that's one thing that I really like about this area. It is, you see it a lot with parents that go and pick up their kids from school. They'll go with their golf carts. Oh, speaking of golf, there's a golf course right there. There's another one in the Linda Vista neighborhood, which is like 8 minutes that way. There's another golf course, and I don't play golf, but it's pretty, I guess. The Linda Vista one also has mini golf, and I think it's indoors. And they have that like virtual golf, which I've never tried it either. But basically it's like a sheet. I don't want to say like a sheet. It's like a screen kind of, and you hit the golf ball and then it gives you points. In the DC area they have Top Golf. There is no Top Golf here. I wish. I feel like it would be really successful here, but we don't have that. So I do miss that, but we have other options. You could go do your 18 holes or 9 holes or whatever. You can go do mini golf. There are options for that. Good. Okay, what else am I missing from my list? Okay, I talked about that. Gosh, I talked about all of those things. I talked about bowling, right? Talked about that. We do have that. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I think I talked about everything that at least I wanted to in this video. So I'm sure I'm missing stuff. Because I haven't experienced every single thing, but I've experienced enough where I'm like, yeah, go here, go do this, go do that. And I want to reiterate, like, I came from a major city, Washington, D.C., where we have everything, okay? I am truly not missing out on anything because there are good alternatives and different options here. So I'm not missing anything. I'm not bored. There are things to do. There are people to connect with. You do have to put in some effort though. But I feel like you have to do that anywhere you go. So that's my spiel for today. Maybe I'll do a part 3. Maybe I'll come up with another list of things, or as I try new things, I'll come on here and tell you about it. So if you're thinking about moving to Missoula or the surrounding areas, reach out. I'd love to help you. And if you're thinking about moving out, I'd love to help you too. Sorry to see you go, but I'm here to help you make a smooth transition in or out of the Missoula area. So all my contact information is down below. Now, if you haven't done so already, you gotta listen to my spiel. Please like, subscribe, share, help me grow this channel. It really does help me out. So yeah, until next time, take care.